Hi, my name is Tina Yoder from WNS Denali, and I want to share some tips about a passionate topic that I have for you today, and that is how to build relationships with stakeholders in a working virtually environment. So as we know, there are many of us who have not gone into an office for quite some time, maybe even almost a year. And many of us will not be going into an office for the foreseeable future, maybe even not until the end of this year. And in addition to that, there are many leaders who have started new positions during the pandemic, maybe even not meeting their team members in person or their management structure. So we really are in a new world. And how do we navigate that when it comes to building relationships with those that are so important to the work that we do and to the mission that we are tasked with? So I want to share 4 tips. Number 1 is frequent face-to-face communications. Now, I know I just said that we are not face-to-face. We are not in an office together. So really the second best way to achieve face-to-face communications is through video. I heard a collective groan from everyone about video communication. And I get it, video fatigue is real and we need to take breaks. And that said, it still is the number one way to be able to communicate with your important stakeholders. When we are on video, we're able to read body language, we're able to see visual cues, we are much less distracted. So when it comes to those really important communications, it is still recommended that we do try for the face-to-face. Okay, tip number 2, make personal connections. And this seems really obvious and it seems simple, but when we're in a business mindset and we're trying to get things done, it can be something that we forget about. So making personal connections is still extremely important in building relationships. So that means just finding some way to connect with your business partner on a personal level. For example, I work for a very global company, and it's really fun for me to be able to find things that we have in common, even if we're not in the same country or even on the same continent. It's still really important to find some things that we have in common. Tip number 3, build trust through storytelling. I don't know if you have had a chance to catch some of the content that we've had. Greg Anderson did a great webinar on storytelling and the power of storytelling. It really is that personal way to get an idea across without it being sort of dry research and analytics and just information sharing. It's a way to bring a topic to life and really make it fun and interesting. There's a very simple storytelling framework that we can all follow. It's really about making the audience the hero in your story and creating a very simple action plan that you followed around a problem that you solved and what those results were. So just a really simple way, and trust is the foundation of all relationships. Then finally, tip number 4 is communicate, communicate, communicate. We all have a tendency to make assumptions about information, especially when we are not getting an update. So whether it be what work is getting done or not getting done, whether a project is moving forward or is not moving forward, if it's hung up on certain aspects, we all will make assumptions unless we have updated information. So whether that's top down or peer-to-peer or across teams, you really can't over-communicate with your important stakeholders. I hope that these tips have been interesting and helpful. I would love to hear your tips and thoughts on building relationships in a virtual environment. And I can be contacted on LinkedIn, Tina B. Yoder, or through my email, tina.yoder@wns.com. I look forward to hearing from you.